along together somehow. I'm no talker, I don't move much. In fact, I'm a peaceful sort of fellow. Only if I may venture on a suggestion. We must be extremely courteous to one another. That will ease the situation for us both.
I'm not polite.
And I should be polite for two.
Your mouth! Can't you keep it still? You keep twisting it about all the time. It is grotesque.
So sorry. I wasn't aware of it.
You see, this is what I always get from you. You talk about politeness and you don't even try to control your face. Don't forget, you're not alone. You have no right to inflict the sight of your fear on me.
What about you? Aren't you afraid?
What would be the use? There was some point of being afraid before, while one still had hope.
We haven't yet begun to suffer.
That's so. Well, what's going to happen?
I don't know.
No! No! Don't look up! I know what you're hiding with your hands!
I'm not the torturer, madam.
Well, I never thought you were. Is anyone else coming? Oh, then we're to stay by ourselves, this gentleman, this lady, and myself.
There's nothing to laugh about.
Oh, it's the chairs. They're so hideous. I mean, just look at how they've been arranged. It reminds me of New Year's Day when I used to go and visit that boring old aunt of mine, Aunt Mary. So I suppose each of us has a chair of his own. Is that one mine? No, that won't do. I can't sit in that one. It would be too ridiculous for words. I'm in blue, and it's green.
Would you prefer mine?
The red one, you mean? No, really no, that wouldn't do. What comes to us, and I'll stick to the green one. The only one that might do in a pinch is that gentleman.
Did you hear, Mr. Garson?
The chair, you mean? So sorry, madam. Please, take mine.
Thank you. Seeing as we're going to live together, I suppose we better introduce ourselves. My name is Regalt, Estelle
And I'm Inez Serrano. Very pleased to meet you.
Joseph Garson.
You're very pretty. I wish we'd had some flowers to welcome you with.
Yes, flowers. I always loved flowers, only they'd fade so quickly here, wouldn't they? It's so stuffy. Oh well, the great thing is to keep as cheerful as we can, don't you agree? Of course, you two are...
Yes, last week. What about you?
Quite recent. Yesterday.
Did you suffer much?
No, I was only half conscious mostly. What? Pneumonia. What about you?
I guess so.
And you, Mr. Garson?
12 bullets through my chest.
Oh.
So sorry. I'm afraid I'm not good company amongst the dead.
Oh, don't use that word. It's so crude. Anyhow, I don't think it means much. Somehow, I feel we've never been so much more alive as we are right now. If we've absolutely got to mention this state of things, then I suggest we call ourselves... Wait for it. Absentees. Have you been absent for long?
About a month.
And where do you come from?
I'm from Rio.
I'm from Paris. Have you anyone left down there?
Yes, my wife. She's waiting at the entrance of the barracks. She comes there every day, but they won't let her in. No, not they. She knocks away, tap, 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 all day long. But they just pretend they don't hear her. She doesn't yet know that I'm absent, but she suspects it. Look at her, standing there, all timid and pathetic. You're disgusting. Oh, she's wearing a black dress. So much the better. She won't need to change. She's not crying, but she never did cry anyhow. Well, not in front of me, of course. Look at her. She disgusts me in life, she disgusts me in death. She's like a black shadow creeping down an empty street. and your eyes spoke. Big, tragic eyes. Why are you sitting down? I told you, they're not coming. They're not going to let you in. Disgusting little creature. Ugh, how she got on my nerves.
Estelle!
Mr. Garson, you're sitting on my seat.
Beg your pardon.
Oh, you look so far away. I hope I wasn't disturbing you.
How hot it is in here. Do you mind?
No, I loathe men in their shirt sleeves.
Right. Of course, I used to spend my nights at the newspaper office and it was a regular black hole. So we never kept on our coats. Stifling hot it could be. It's night now.
Yes, that's so. It's midnight. How quickly the time passes then.
Yes, after midnight. They've sealed up my room. It's dark, pitch dark, and empty.
They strung their coats on the backs of their chairs and rolled their sleeves above their elbows. The air stinks of men and cigar smoke. I used to like living among the men in their shirt sleeves.
Well, then our tastes differ, that's all it proves. What about you? Do you like living among men in their shirt sleeves?
Oh, I don't care much for men anyway.
Oh, but really? I mean, I can't imagine why they put us three together. I'm looking at you two. I thought I'd meet old friends or relatives.
Yes, a charming old friend with a hole in the middle of his face.
Yes, him too. He danced the tango so divinely, like a professional. But why? Why, of all three people, would they put us together?
Pure fluke, I should say. They lodge folks as they can in the order of their coming. Why are you laughing?
Because you amuse me with your flukes, as if they left anything to chance.
No. I wonder now. Do you think maybe we could have met each other at some other time in our lives?
Oh, never. I shouldn't have forgotten you.
Or perhaps we have things in common. Do either of you know the Dubois Seymours?
Not likely.
But everybody went to their parties.
What's their job?
Oh, they didn't do anything. But they had this wonderful house in the country and hosts of people came to visit them.
I was a post office clerk.
Aha, yes. Well, of course, in that case. And you, Mr. Garson?
I always lived in Rio.
Then you must be right. It must be mere chance that brought us together.
It's an accident that the chair on the right is green and the one on the left is red.
Mere chance?
Well, just try to change the chairs around and you'll see the difference immediately. Do you think they're there by accident? And what about the heat here? How about that? I tell you, they've thought it all out, down to the very last detail. Nothing was left to chance. I hate these angles.
But really, everything in here is so hideous. All in angles, so uncomfortable. I love angles. So it was all set up beforehand.
Everything. They've put us together deliberately.
So it's not mere chance that you were sitting precisely opposite me. What could be the idea behind that?
Well, I only know they're waiting.
Oh, I could never bear the idea of anyone's expecting something from me. It always made me want to do exactly the opposite.
Well, do it. Do it if you can. You don't even know what they expect.
Oh, but really, I mean, it's outrageous. So, something's coming to me from you two. Something nasty, I suppose. You know, there were some faces that would tell me everything, but yours don't convey a thing.
Look here, why are we together? You've given us enough hints, you might as well come out with it.
But I know nothing. Absolutely nothing about
We've
it.
got to know.
Well, if only each of us had the guts to tell the
Tell
others.
what?
Estelle,
Do you like him?
what have you done? I mean, why have they sent you here?
Well, that's just it. I haven't a notion. Not the foggiest. In fact, I'm starting to think that there hasn't been some ghastly mistake. No, don't laugh. No, just think about all the people that are made absentees every day. There must be thousands and thousands, and they're all sorted out by, well, their social standing. You know what I mean. Do stop laughing. Why don't you speak? You know, if they've made a mistake in my case, they may have done the same about you. And you. Anyway, isn't it better to think that we got here by mistake?
Is that all you have to tell us?
What else should I tell? I've nothing to hide. I lost my parents when I was a child, And I had my young brother to bring up. We were terribly poor. And when an old friend of my father asked me to marry him, well, I said yes. He was quite well off and very nice. And my brother needed all sorts of attention. If you were in my position, what would you do? My husband was old enough to be my father, and for years we had a happily married life. And then, 2 years ago, I met the man that I was fated to love. He asked me to run away with him, and I refused. And then I got pneumonia, and it finished me off. That's the whole story. No doubt, by certain standards, I did wrong to sacrifice my life to a man nearly 3 times my age. But do you really think that could be called a sin?
Certainly not. Do you think it's a crime to stand by one's principles?
Surely no one could blame a man for that.
I ran a pacifist newspaper. Then one day war broke out. Everybody was watching me, wondering, will he dare? Well, I dared. And I folded my arms and they shot me. Had I done anything wrong?
Wrong. On the contrary, you were
A hero! And how about your wife, Mr. Garson?
I rescued her from the gutter.
You see?
Yes, I see. What is the point of play acting, trying to throw dust in each other's eyes? We are all tarred with the same brush.
How dare you?
Yes, we are criminals, murderers. We're in hell, my pets. They never make mistakes and people are damned.
Quiet! You shouldn't use such disgusting words.
Oh, a damned soul. That's you, my little plasticine. And ditto our friend there, the noble pacifist. We've had our hour of pleasure, haven't we? There have been people who burned their lives out for our sakes, and we chuckled over it. So now we have to pay the reckoning.
Keep your mouth shut, damn it!
I see why they put the 3 of us together.
I advise you to think twice before you say any more.
Wait. You'll see how simple it is. How childishly simple. Obviously, there aren't any physical torments in this room. You agree, don't you? And yet, we are in hell. And no one else will come here. We are to stay in this room together, the 3 of us, forever and ever. In short, is someone absent here? The official torturer.
We already know this.
Oh, it's obvious what they're after. An economy of manpower, or devil power if you prefer. The same idea as in the cafeteria, where customers help themselves.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean that each of us will be torturer of the 2 others.
No, I shall never be your torturer. I wish neither of you any harm, and I have no concern with you, none whatsoever. So the solution's simple enough. Each of us stays in his or her corner and takes no notice of the others. You there, and I here. And we mustn't speak, not one word. It shouldn't be too difficult. Each of us has plenty of material for self-communing. I know I could go 10,000 years with only my thoughts for company.
Have I got to keep quiet too?
Yes, that way we'll work out our salvation, looking into ourselves, never raising our heads. Agreed?
Agreed?
I agree.
Right. Goodbye.
What a crowd in Whitefriars Lane. They've set trestles in a row with a scaffold and a knife and a pail of bread below. What a crowd in Whitefriars Lane. Come to see the merry show. The headsman rose at crack of dawn, in a hard day's work in hand, chopping heads off generals. What a crowd in Whitefriars Lane.
Excuse me. Do you have a mirror? Any mirror? A pocket mirror will do. Even if you won't speak to me, you might lend me a mirror.
I have a mirror. It's gone.
Tedious.
What's the matter?
I feel so queer. Don't you ever get taken that way? Sometimes when I can't see myself, I begin to wonder if I really and truly exist. So I pat myself just to make sure.
Oh, you're lucky. I'm always conscious of myself. In my mind. Painfully conscious.
Ah, yes, in your mind. But everything that goes on in one's head is so vague, isn't it? It makes one want to sleep. I have 6 big mirrors in my bedroom. There they are. I can see them, but they can't see me. They're reflecting the carpet, and the settee, and the window. But I'm absent. How strange it is to have a mirror in which I'm absent. When I used to talk to people, I always used to make sure there was one nearby in which I could see myself. I used to watch myself talking, and somehow it kept me alert, seeing myself as other people saw me. My lipstick. No, I must have put it on crooked. No, I can't do without a looking mirror forever and ever. I simply can't.
Well, suppose I try to be your mirror. Come pay me a visit here. Here's a place for you.
But,
Oh, he doesn't count.
but we're going to hurt each other, you said it yourself.
Do I look as if I wanted to hurt you?
One can never tell.
Much more likely you'll hurt me. Still, what does it matter? If I've got to suffer, it might as well be at your hands. Your pretty hands. Sit down. Come closer. Closer. Look into my eyes. What do you see?
I'm there, but so tiny I can barely see myself.
But I can every inch of you. Now ask me questions and I'll be as candid as any looking mirror.
Surely, Mr. Gusson, we're not boring you with our chatter.
Don't worry about him. As I said, he doesn't count. We're by ourselves. Now, ask away.
Are my lips all right?
Show. No, they're a bit smudgy.
Oh, I knew it. Luckily, no one's seen me. I'll try again.
No. Follow the line of your lips. Here. I'll guide your hand. Good. Very good.
As good as when I came in.
Far better. Cooler. Your mouth looks quite diabolical that way.
Oh, goodness! And you say you like it. Oh, how maddening not being able to see for myself. Are you quite sure it's all right?
You're lovely.
How can I rely on your taste? Is it the same as my taste? How sickening it all is. It's enough to drive one crazy.
I have your taste, my dear, because I like you so much. Now look at me. No, straight. There. I'm not so ugly either. Am I not nicer than your mirror?
I don't know. You scare me rather. Of course, my reflection in the mirror never did that. I knew it so well, like something I'd tamed. I'm going to smile, and my smile will sink down into your soul, and only God knows what it will turn into.
And why shouldn't you tell me? Listen, I want you to call me Inez. We must be great friends.
No, I don't make friends with women very easily.
Not with postal clerks, you mean? Hello? What's that?
What?
A nasty red spot
What?
at the bottom of your chin.
What? A pimple? Show me!
There, don't you know the way the cat likes? With a lark mirror? I'm your lark mirror, my dear, and you can't escape me. There's no sign of a pimple. Not one. So, how about it? Suppose the mirror started telling lies. Suppose I covered my eyes, as he is doing now, and refused to look at you. All that loveliness of yours would be wasted on the desert air. No, don't worry. I shan't turn my eyes away, and they'll be nice, ever so nice. Only, you must be nice to me too.
Are you really attracted by me?
Very much indeed.
Well, I wish he'd notice me too.
Of course, because he's a man. You've won! But look at her, damn it! Don't pretend you haven't missed a word of what we've said.
Quiet! Not a word. My fingers in my ears, but your voice is thudded in my brain. Silly chatter. No, will you leave me in peace, you two? I'm not interested in you.
Huh? How about this child? Aren't you interested in her? Oh, I saw through your game, all right. You got on your high horse just to impress her.
I asked you to leave me in peace. I have no interest for the child, as you call her. You know, I asked you not to speak.
Well, she started it. I didn't want anything, and then she offered me her mirror.
Yes, but all the time you were making up to him, trying every trick to catch his attention.
You're crazy, both of you! Don't you see where this is leading us? Keep your mouth shut! All sit down again, quite quietly. Each of us will look at the floor, forget the others are there.
To forget the others are there. How utterly absurd! I feel you there in every pore. Your silence clamours in my ears. You can nail up your mouth, cut your tongue out, but you can't prevent your being there. Can you stop your thoughts? I hear them ticking away like a clock. Tick, tock, and I am certain you hear mine. It's all very well skulking, and every sound comes to me soiled because you've intercepted it on its way. Why, you've stolen her from me. If she and I were alone to do, you suppose she'd treat me as she does? No, you take your hands from your face. I won't leave you in peace. That would suit your book too well. I prefer to choose my hell. I prefer to look you in the eye and fight it out face to face.
Suppose we're bound to come to this. They knew what we're about and they were easy game. They put me in a room full of men. Men can keep their mouths shut. There's no use wanting the impossible. So, I attract you, little girl. Seems you're making eyes at me.
Don't touch me.
Why not? You might anyhow be natural. You know, I used to be mad about women, and some were fond of me also. So we might as well stop posing. There's nothing to lose. Why bother about politeness, decorum, and the rest? We're between ourselves, and presently we shall be naked.
Let me be.
As newborn babes. I warned you anyhow. I asked so little of you, nothing but peace and a little silence. I put my fingers in my ears. Gomez was sprouting away in the middle of the press room with all the pressmen listening. I tried to hear, but it wasn't too easy. Couldn't you have held your tongues? Now it's all over, and what he thinks of me has gone back into his head. So much the better. I want to know whom I have to deal with. You, young lady, we shall begin. Tell us why you're here. If we're frank, if we bring our spectres into the open, it might save us from disaster. So out with it. Why?
I told you, I haven't a notion. They wouldn't tell me why.
Wouldn't tell me either. Perhaps you're shy of speaking first. Right, I'll lead off. I'm not a very estimable person. I'm here because I treated my wife abominably. That's all. For 5 years. Naturally, she's suffering still. There she is. The moment I mention her, I see her. Wait a minute. Who's this? You haven't replaced me already, my love. Wait, no, it's a soldier. He's giving her back my things. Is it? Oh, it can't be. It is the coat. The coat with the 12 bullet holes. Oh, it's quite a museum piece, that coat. Scarred with history, and I used to wear it. Fancy that. Oh, brown rings around each hole. The blood's like rust. Oh, you're finally going to shed a tear, my love. You are going to manage it. How disgusting. Night after night, I used to come home stinking of wine and women. But she wouldn't cry. She wouldn't utter a word of reproach. And your eyes spoke. I don't regret anything. And I must pay the price, but I shan't whine. The woman was born a martyr, a victim by vocation.
Why did you treat her like that?
It was too easy. A simple word was enough to make her flinch like a sensitive plant. I watched and waited, but no, not a tear, not a protest. What do you expect? What are you after? You know, I tell you, I regret nothing. Truth is, she admired me too much. Does that mean anything to you?
No, nobody admired you.
So much the better. Now here's something to really sink your teeth into. One night I brought a half-caste girl back to the house to stay with him. My wife slept upstairs, so she must have heard well everything. She was an early riser, and as I and the girl stayed in bed late, she brought us our morning coffee. Like this one time. Oh, I remember it well. We could hear her creeping down the hallway. The tray trembling in her hands. We were laughing at her from below the covers, of course. Look at her. Pathetic and disgusting as always. I despise you. I despised you then, I despise you now. Look at her just timidly knocking on the door. Tap, 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 tap. Took no notice of her, of course. Didn't even look her in the eyes. No, thank you. Why? She didn't deserve it. Ah, yes, I remember this well. Crying away, the face in her hands. Ah. You're pathetic. You're disgusting and pathetic.
Oh, you cunt!
What was that? A count? Yes, a count if you like, but a well-beloved count. A cunt, certainly. Why else would I be here? Right, your turn.
Well, I was what some people down there called a damned bitch. Damned already.
Is that all you have to say?
No. There was that affair with Florence, of course. A dead man's tale, with 3 corpses to it. He to start with, then she and I. But there's no one left. I've nothing to worry about. Only that room. I see it now, and then it's empty with the doors locked. It's for rent. Oh no! That's too ridiculous. It's for rent. For rent.
3 deaths, you said.
3.
1 man and 2 women.
Yes.
Well, well. Did he kill himself?
He? No, he hadn't the guts for it. Still, he'd had every reason we led him a dog's life. In fact, he died in an accident. I was living with him. He was my cousin.
Was Florence fair?
Yeah. You know, I don't regret a thing. Still, I'm not so keen on telling you the whole story.
That's all right. So you got sick of him?
Yes. Quite gradually. All sorts of little noises started getting on my nerves. For instance, he made a sort of noise when he was drinking. A sort of gurgling. He was pathetic. Really? Vulnerable. Why are you laughing?
Because I, anyhow, am not vulnerable.
Don't be too sure. I crept inside her skin. She saw the world through my eyes. When she left him, I had her on my hands. We shared a bed-sitting room at the other end of town. I used to tell her every single day, yes, my pet, we killed him. can't get on without making other people suffer. Like a live coal in others' hearts. When I'm alone, I flicker out. For 6 months, I flamed away in her heart till there was nothing but a cinder. One night, she called, Florence! Oh, Florence! No, Florence, don't!
Yes.
You don't need to do that. I love you,
Yes.
Florence!
Do
Florence,
it.
please, don't! Florence, please!
You know you want to
No,
do it.
don't
Do
do
it.
it!
Do
Florence,
it.
please, don't!
Do it.
No, don't do it!
Yes.
No.
Yes. You have one thing right. Florence is fair. Well. Now, what have you done?
As I told you, I haven't a notion. I racked my brain, but it's no use.
Right, we'll give you a hand. That fellow with the smashed face. Who was he?
Who do you mean?
Oh, you know, the fellow you were so scared of seeing when you came in.
Well, he's just a friend.
Are you afraid of him?
That's my business,
Did
Gus.
he shoot himself on your account?
How absurd you both
Why
are.
would you be so scared of him? He blew his brains out, didn't he? That's why his face got smashed in. Bang!
No, I want to leave. Let me. No, you're being a threat.
Go! You can. Personally, I couldn't ask for anything better, but unfortunately, no exit.
You're hateful, both of you.
Hateful? Yes, that's the word. Now get on with it. The fellow who killed himself, you were his mistress, eh?
Of course she was. And he wanted her all to himself. Isn't that so?
He danced the tango like a professional, but he was poor as a church mouse, wasn't he?
Was he poor?
Yes, he was poor.
And you had your reputation to keep up. One day he came to you and implored you to run away with him, and you laughed in his face.
That's right, you laughed at him, and so he killed himself, isn't that right?
Did you used to talk to Florence in that way?
Yes.
No. You've got it all wrong, you two. He wanted me to have a baby. So there.
And you didn't want?
I certainly didn't. The baby came. Worse luck. I went to Switzerland for 5 months. Nobody knew a thing. It was a girl. It pleased Roger no end having a daughter. But it didn't please me. There was a balcony overlooking the lake. I brought a big stone. Roger could see what I was up to the whole time and kept on screaming, "Estelle, for God's sakes,
don't!" Yes. And then?
Well, that's it. I went back to Perry and, well, he did as he wished.
You mean he blew his brains out?
It was absurd, really. I mean, my husband never knew a thing.
Don't bother, tears don't flow in this place.
Fine, I'm a coward. Is that what you want to hear? A coward. If you knew how much I hate you both.
Oh, poor child. So the hearing's over, but there's no need to look like a hanging judge.
A hanging judge? I'd give anything to see myself in a mirror. It's so hot in here.
So, Mr. Garson, you have us in the nude, all right? Do you understand things any better for that?
Yes, perhaps a trifle better. Now I suppose we start trying to help each other.
Help each other? I don't need help.
Alone, none of us can help himself or herself. We're linked together inextricably. So you must take your choice. What's happening?
That's my room. It's for rent, but who are these people? No! No! Have they rented my room? No! They've rented my room! That's my room! To a man! To a man and a woman! Oh, don't go into my... Don't! No, how could they rent my room? Get out of my room! Don't put your stuff down! This is not your room! No, don't touch her! Don't pull her with your dirty man's hands! Is he going to make love to her? Is he going to kiss her? Make love to her on my bed? My bed? Don't close the curtains. Why are you closing the curtains? You know, you... Wait! What? No. No! I can't see anything, but I can hear them whispering. No! Hello? What? What's that she said? That it's noon and the sun is shining? I must be going blind. No! Please! Come on! Blacked out. I can't see or hear a thing. So I'm done on this earth, it seems. I feel so empty, so desiccated, really dead at last. All of me is here, in this room. What's that you said? Something about helping me?
Yes,
Helping me do what?
to defeat their devilish tricks.
And what do you expect me to do in return?
To help me. It only takes a little effort and there's just a spark of human feeling.
Human feeling! That's beyond my range.